Wolf, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wildes, Nick Wright, Mr. Nick Wright, LeBron James, year 18. Is this LeBron's title to lose now?
Oh, it's his title to lose, and it might become his MVP to lose pretty soon. Watch out now, Brandon. Watch out.
Whoa.
All right, we will get to LeBron's big night, but we got to start in Tampa, where one could make a case the Bucs would not be here had Tom Brady not gone there. This was a team with weapons, but without a quarterback, while Tom Brady was a quarterback without weapons. Put them both together, look who's going to the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians was asked after the NFC Championship about how Brady has changed the entire culture in Tampa. Take a listen.
You wanted number 12 to come down and become a part of this mission and this group, Bruce. How do you describe what he has meant to make this moment a reality?
This trophy, the belief he gave everybody on this organization that this could be done. It only took one man.
All right, Brandon, how much credit does number 12 deserve for getting the Bucs to the Super Bowl?
All of the credit. You got to think about where this organization was. This is an ultimate team sport, and he is the ultimate leader. So what Bruce talked about was belief. He didn't talk about on Sunday. Where Tom Brady is most valuable is Monday through Friday. When he walks in that building, and we talked about this yesterday, when he walks in that building, he pushes everyone to be better. He elevates everyone's game. He elevates everyone's process. He's the type of leader, the ultimate leader. When you see him, you're like, man, could I study a little more? Could I get that extra rep in the weight room? Should I stay after practice and catch another 100 balls on the jugs machine? The coaches out there, they don't want to disappoint him. So when you think about Tom Brady and where he's at his point of his career, he's more valuable Monday through Friday than he is on Sunday. Sunday, like I said last Friday, Sunday, I need you to be phenomenal when it comes to situational football. Lead us before the half to get points on the board. Lead us in a 2-minute drill. Don't make those mistakes that you just made. If they do that, this team is scary. They're scary this year. Obviously, they're in the Super Bowl. And even next year, you're going to be better because you have time to build that chemistry and continuity, Nick.
So here's the thing. It's tough to argue with the results. And it's tough to argue with what the men around him are saying. This Tampa Bay Bucs team could have let go of the rope. And I think in many years they would have. They had 4 games to start the second half of the season. Before their bye, they went 1-3. They got dog-walked for a second time by their divisional rivals. They then got beat soundly by the Rams and seriously beat down by the Chiefs, down 27-10 going into the fourth quarter before some late touchdowns made it appear close when it wasn't. Then you have a bye. We're in a pandemic. You have the last bye of the season. You're a 7-5 team that's okay. And they haven't lost since then. And to a man, the people around Tom Brady, Wildes, keep giving him credit. Now, I think some of that's strategic. I think Bruce Arians learned early in the year, I'm better off just heaping praise than any type of criticism on Tom, or else the media minions will come after me. But, Wildes, I do think that what we are seeing in the 2 sports we talk about the most is, in basketball and football, it is one thing to be great on the field. It is another thing entirely to be a great leader of men. And right now, the best leaders are the ones competing for championships. And even if Brady's skills have deteriorated somewhat, and I would argue more than somewhat, his leadership ability has not. And I have to give him credit for that.
Okay.
That's right.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That is good for Nick Wright as the person in society of saying, you know, being more, I would say, kind, Nicholas, and more understanding. I don't know if it's good for the show because I prefer Nick Wright. Tom Brady doesn't have it anymore. But right now, we're in the intangible leadership of Tom Brady has run wild, and if you're not going to put it in check, somebody has to, and I guess it's my job. You're apologizing. Brandon, literally on this show yesterday, if we can run back the tape, said that Tom Brady makes the, I want to quote it correctly, landscaping crew better. And now LeBron, after a big game yesterday, said he was inspired by Tom Brady. So there's a lot of intangibles. He's like the Sedona, Arizona of football players. It's just like, oh, it's just the energy. It just makes me feel better. There is one tangible thing I want to talk about, which is the defense. Todd Bowles' defense was great last year. In fact, they probably had a Super Bowl-worthy defense. Here's the problem. Points per game, 28 points per game. Now it's 22 points a game. Why is that? Well, last year, they had 41 giveaways. This year, it's down to 17 with only 12 interceptions by Tom Brady. So the fact that Tom Brady didn't throw the ball to the other team is another big factor, besides all the intangible leaderships, which I think are slightly overrated right now. And I know people are going to be like, hey, Wilds, what about the landscaping? It's a fair comment, but it's more so that Jameis Winston was going on during the game and pouring Roundup weed killer all over the landscaping. Like, just don't do that, and that will help us out a lot. Go ahead, Nick.
I agree with that, and I want to throw it to you, Brandon, because you can speak to this from the experience part. I'm going to think back to a moment from a different quarterback. Patrick Mahomes in the first playoff game last year, when everything was going wrong. Tyreek Hill muffs a punt. There's drops all over the place. It's 24-0. And Patrick Mahomes is pacing the sideline, grabbing every guy and saying, just make one play. Just make one play.
That's right.
We're fine.
That's right.
It's similarly, by the way, what they did with McCole Hardman this week. McCole muffs a punt. Kelsey goes to him. Kelsey goes to him. He goes, we're going to get it right back to you. That I do think is real. And I do think, Brandon, as a guy, you've been on these teams, and you know the difference between a real leader at quarterback and a guy who, when things are going great, he's great, and when things are going bad, he's bad. I do think that instills a confidence in his teammates that truly affects their ability to win games.
I just got goosebumps just thinking about it. That's something that, you know, a lot of us study when we're in that locker room. It wasn't just Travis Kelce. You went back to Patrick Mahomes last year, and then you went back to this Sunday. Patrick Mahomes was the first one to harden. Patrick Mahomes was the one that went to him and said, pick your head up. He said, be you. We're going to be okay. And they're down 9-0. And there was guys like me at home like, yes, the Chiefs are going down. I'm having an excellent day. Monday going against Nick Wright. My predictions came true. But it was the leadership that got them over the hump. And really quickly, Jenna, I go to Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2015. We're talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick here. He made us better. He came into the huddle after Geno Smith went down, and he just said one thing. He said, guys, relax. We're going to be okay. And he made us all better. And what did we do? We elevated our game. This is a team that was in rebuild mode, and we went 10-6. So when you talk about leadership, wow, it's the most important thing, because talent only takes